Hello everybody, welcome to another episode on All Maverick of our Lost reaction series. I'm Alan, as always, joined by Jeremy and Tom.
Just did my weird wave again. Don't know why I do it. I
You
never
don't
wave
wave
like that
again?
normally.
He keeps doing this weird wave. Hey Tom, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks. Looking forward to more episodes.
Ready for more Lost yet? So,
I think we might finish
last
it
one we
today.
watched. You think what, the whole series?
Yeah, there's surely only 8 episodes in the series, right?
Well, this is episode 9, so, you know. So, yes, we are on Lost, episode 9, Solitary. Last week, we watched episode 8, which was Confidence Man. It was the Sawyer-focused episode.
Yeah.
It saw Sawyer we found out about Sawyer's past, that his name isn't really Sawyer, that he became a confidence man after somebody had basically done the exact same thing to his mother and father. How he clearly kind of hates himself. On the island, he basically put this idea out there that he had taken all of the asthma medication. Sayid and Jack tortured him, where it turned out he actually didn't have the medication at all. He was just playing them all along.
For a kiss.
Sayid, for a kiss from Kate. Other little random bits happen, which I completely forget now, but that was kind of the main heart of it. And at the end, Sayid left. He said he was going to go and walk the island to kind of track out the place.
Go on walkabout.
He's gone on a walkabout. He's gone to get his bearings of the island. So, we are on Solitary. Who's this one going to be about?
Well,
I can't remember who you said last week. I can't remember who
Who's
you
kind
said
of been
last
on
week.
their own? Yeah,
I
is there
said
someone who's
Hurley
been on their own?
because-
You said Hurley.
Because I remember Charlie was taking the piss out of him, so maybe he feels quite on his own a lot of the time. So solitary, you know, on his own.
A good guess. Well, shall we get underway and see
Let's
if
do
Tom
it.
is right? Okay, so this is Lost, Season 1, Episode 9, Solitary.
Is that a cable?
That's not something you expect to see, is it?
No. Yeah, you'd be following that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, like what the hell?
Easy, jackass.
Jackass, love
Gotta
that.
change these bandages. Try not taking my skin off with them.
Obviously, it must be a couple of days past
I'm
at this
here
point. but-
because
Yeah.
no one else wants anything to do with you.
Ouch. That hurt him.
Cheetah.
He does like hitting the self-destruct button a lot of the time,
He
doesn't
does.
he?
Well, say he hates himself, right?
Yeah.
You know what he's following? He's following the Ethernet cable from my mum's house down to the shed in the garden. It is long, and it is like a jungle.
That's the only answer. It's going to stumble upon you in a minute. Oh, tripwire. Someone's been here then.
Oh.
Oh, bastards. That looks... Oh, that's in the leg. That is in the leg.
Oh dear, you shouldn't pull things out. Leave them in.
Oh, well,
I like that he pulled it out and then passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
God, imagine hanging upside down for like a
All
few
that blood
hours.
rushing
That'd
to
be
your head.
horrible.
I get fucking dizzy if I do it for like 5 seconds.
Why do you hang yourself upside down for 5
Yeah.
seconds? Yes, it's like a
Well,
kinky
you know.
game of yours.
He goes down the stairs upside down.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh,
Is it going to be Locke by any chance? Doing his hunting.
it's always the lock, isn't
It's
it?
got to be.
Okay, maybe not Locke.
What's going on out there?
It's all kicking off again.
You know, the usual. Things could be worse.
You'd think Jack would enjoy actually treating as many people as possible, because it must make the day go quicker.
Yeah, but you still probably don't want to have to get through all your meds.
Yeah, I suppose.
Wait, why are they speaking? They were speaking French, Spanish, and now German.
There's a light.
They're speaking all kinds of languages.
¿Dónde está Alex? With Alex.
What the fuck?
Where is Alex? With Alex.
Who the fuck is Alex?
Don't Alex. Get
I think they're looking for someone called Alex.
Oh shit.
Ooh. It's his turn to get tortured.
Where is Alex?
In addition to your increased responsibilities, promotion is commensurate with your move.
That lady he saw, that was the one in the photo, wasn't it?
Best time to hunt.
Ethan here has some experience.
Maybe.
Spotted some tracks that look
photo?
like they might be rabbit or some other rodent.
He was looking at the beginning on the beach.
Uh,
Figured people are starting to get tired of eating boar meat.
You got that right.
C'est que le commandant, je vous en prie, venez à notre aide. Il les a tués.
Ah.
Il les a tous tués.
But then you always were older than your years. Weren't you, Sayid?
Not old enough to understand that being pushed in the mud was a sign of affection.
That's why I push you in the mud, Tom.
no.
It's because I love you, Tom.
Yeah,
It's because I love you.
you do it all the time as well.
This is not my first interrogation by the Republican Guard. This is where they burned me.
Oh,
alive.
fuck.
They pierced my hands with a drill.
But you know why they're all so bloody depressed all the time? They're like living in the caves, and even in the day it's not dark.
Yeah.
Hurley, hold on, man. I'm busy.
Yeah, I was trying to work out if it was daytime or night.
Dude, can I borrow this? What? Thanks, man.
Hurley is
Hurley,
up
what are
to
you doing?
something.
Okay.
Alright, you psycho.
What the fuck is he doing?
Welcome to the first and hopefully last Island Open.
There you go, you found some golf clubs.
You built a golf course?
Yeah, damn right you did.
Rich idiots fly to tropical islands all the time to whack balls around. All the stuff we gotta deal with, man.
Yeah.
This is what you've been wasting your time
You gotta chill though.
Dudes, listen.
That someone's got to
Lives
make
suck.
fun for people.
Everyone's nerves
Yeah.
stretch to the max. I mean, we're lost on an island, running from boars and monsters, freaking polar bears. Polar bears? You didn't hear about the polar bear? But all I'm saying is, if we're stuck here, then just surviving's not gonna cut it. We need some kind of relief, you know? We need some way that we can, you know, have fun. That's
And,
right.
and those
fun.
circle,
Yeah.
those,
We're just
those
gonna go
circle
crazy waiting
wanks
for the
we've been
next
having
bad
every
thing
night
to
are not doing the job anymore.
I can't see anyone putting on those green either. That long grass.
Yeah.
I need my hands.
Oh dear. Oh,
What is written on the back of your photograph?
how old is that syringe?
You write it?
Yeah, and how many times has she used it already?
That's what I mean.
Perhaps you don't want to tell me because it causes too much pain.
Russo. You don't need to do that.
Oh, look how gnarly it looks.
Bastards. That's tetanus right there.
This is the problem, man. Yeah. I know what I'd do, but it's gotta be your call. Okay. Got it.
It's quite nice to see them taking a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
No, John! Don't blow it! You won't get anywhere near us!
They were the carriers.
Who were the carriers?
Carriers.
The others.
What others? What is the Black Rock? Have you seen other people on this
She
island?
is talking a lot of random shit right now.
Yeah.
But I hear them. Out there in the jungle. They whisper.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
Someone at the caves built a golf course.
Are you high?
Seriously, a golf course. Apparently Jack's playing with him right now.
It's like, damn, the golf course, the caves have got their own golf course now. We should move over there.
Yeah.
Guy's got skills.
See?
Mhm.
Some things can be fixed.
Takes it instantly, car batteries his testicles.
Thank you so
Oh. Oh, he's got the syringe.
Thank you so much.
Or the screw. Was it syringe or a screwdriver? Oh, it's a screwdriver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm. The fuck?
Sounds like Godzilla.
I'll be hiding in a cupboard right at this moment in time.
Try to beat that thing out there.
What did you bring me today?
Death. Oh, so he's not just escaping, he's stealing their shit as well.
That'll go down well.
Yeah.
Definitely a good idea.
Look how many people are there now.
Such a great place to film, isn't it?
Oh yeah, crazy.
There's a mulligan. Mulligan. Let me.
You left me alone at the caves.
What?
Cold-blooded.
Claire.
She's sleeping.
Okay.
No, he doesn't even let Walt take his shot.
Yeah, I was about to say that,
Doesn't
yeah.
care.
Let him jump in. Go hunt him with Locke, he'll look after you.
Exactly.
Put the gun down, Daniel.
Oh shit.
Put it down on the ground. Don't.
She's got nothing to lose.
Oh fuck, I was waiting for something to...
There's a supply truck that will be leaving shortly. They don't check them on the way out. Only coming in. Get inside. Cover yourself any way that you can.
Sayid,
Oh dear.
Oh,
what are you doing?
fuck.
I think you might need to leave now, Sayid.
Put your buddy down.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He was going to
fuck.
shoot as well. Oh dear.
Oh, that's not going to go well for you, Sayid, mate.
Firing pin has been removed. Robert didn't notice it was missing either. When I shot him.
Oh.
But you loved him. A blind hope that somewhere she is still alive.
Oh, so she might be then.
The more I hold on,
Yeah.
the more I pull away from those.
I don't even think she made it to the truck.
No, I think she got gunned down in the street.
Yeah.
The only way of this.
I don't have any cash, but I'll bet my dinner on the dock.
I love that they're betting us.
Sunscreen and flashlight says he jokes.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
So
so
he's
it's
getting
turned up.
involved.
Oh, fuck's sake. Did he get it? Does he even know where he is? He's not even know where he is he? Because he didn't know where the camp was.
He ain't got a clue what's going on, has he?
Oh, the whispering. I never get why people stand still in these situations. Just fucking
I guess
keep
it's
running.
But I guess it's coming from all around him, isn't it? He's trying to
Yeah.
work out where.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that was an abrupt
Oh.
end.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh, dear.
there we go. That was Lost, Season 1, Episode 9, Solitary. Okay, so, question I've got to go... My first two starter questions, I always have to ask. One, Jeremy, how well do you remember this episode? And two, Tom, how do you rate this episode?
I have no recollection of the episode whatsoever.
I thought that was the case, but I wanted to double check.
I recognised the lady, but I couldn't remember
Yeah.
if it was from Lost or not. I presume she's
Okay.
going to be in it again.
knows?
She must be in it more for me to remember her face. So I'm going to
Yeah,
go
okay.
with a yes, she is in it more.
Yeah.
Without giving Tom any spoilers.
Yeah. So Tom,
Yeah.
you didn't like Confidence Man last week, did you? Which I think for most people was a bit of a surprise because I think Confidence Man is quite often seen as like a lot of people's one of their favourite episodes in the first season.
Okay.
What did you think of this one?
Yeah, I like this one. It was
Yeah.
yeah, it was alright. I think
Yeah,
Tom,
fuck's sake, Tom.
Tom, you seem so fucking bored. with
I know,
everything.
it's
It
like,
was,
yeah, I like this one. It was alright.
the
Fucking Cal Pilkington.
all the Sayid stuff was interesting,
Yeah.
but the golf course
So-
was just there for a bit of fun, so it was alright.
Do you not enjoy the golf course stuff?
Well,
I like those
n-
moments. I
I
thought,
like
yeah, they
that
were
it's
quite...
nice to have something that breaks from the
Yeah,
series
yeah.
all the time. Like
yeah, it was alright.
the constant. You can, if you only have serious,
Mhm.
serious loses its edge Like, you can't just keep going serious, because eventually it just plateaus. You have to, you need some peaks and troughs,
I like the golf course moment, how it was, Jack and that turned up and it was angry, but then they were playing it, and then the other guy turned up, and the next thing you see, there's pretty much everyone there.
It's like the US Open.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. Okay, so Tom, tell me, I want to know some of your favourite bits. Tell me some of your standout moments. Anything in there that you are interested in, things you're wanting to know more about. I need to know your opinion on this, both of yours really, but Tom's most of all, before I say anything, because I want to know things that stood out to you, any interesting moments. Come on, Tom.
Well, obviously his backstory just tells us exactly what we mostly knew already, apart from this Nadia lady.
Yeah.
But it's still interesting to see how he went from the communications officer, which he was telling everyone he was, but he actually did a bit more than that. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but yeah.
Well, originally, he was initially a communications officer, then he became a real communications officer, right? He was, because he worked for the Republican Guard, obviously, and then he kind of went into being like working. He went to join like their information unit or whatever, didn't he? Like, obviously, like torturing and getting information about like rebel groups and the like, groups and uprisings and the similar things to that.
He seemed pretty good at it as well. From that first man at the start of the episode.
Yeah, well, that seemed to be his way into it, didn't it? Like, he was still part of just the Republican Guard at that point, and then they basically said, "Oh, I've, put you through for a transfer over to like one of the other units."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we know where that big fat old power cable leads to.
Was that not leading? Did you not think that was leading to her den? I guess no, because she was running batteries, wasn't she?
Yeah, she had batteries in hers.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Even Sayid
said No, you're right. You're right. She was running batteries there. Yeah, so we didn't really. That's interesting, right? That we can see something on the island that is, has this kind of like power going to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think obviously she set up the trap that caught him, but don't think she knows. Either she is where that power cable led, and the power cable's just broken, or it is somewhere else.
I think you might be right. This isn't any memory, but I think you are right. I think that was maybe a different thing, and they were, and she was running off these batteries. It just happens to be that he was following that, and then encountered her.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because we never saw it again by the end of the episode.
I guess he's a bit lost, though, isn't he, at this point? Like, he doesn't quite know where he is in the woods.
Well, obviously, she mentioned her kid, Alex. So she'd been there 16 years. So either Alex was there, and he was conceived and born on that island, or he never came to the island, and she just never came back from her science trip. I like to think.
So which one of those do you think it is? Where do you think it lies there?
Well, I like to think it's the one where he got left at home, but knowing this show, and it tries to do some crazy stuff, maybe he was born on the island and taken away by the carriers that she was talking about, and she hasn't seen him since, so she just assumes he's dead.
So that ties in actually with one of the bits I've got. So she spoke about others, carriers, voices in the jungle. Like, she said a lot of stuff. She was mentioning a lot of things there, right? She was throwing out a lot of terms and words and names. Anything there that you think are like, anything there stand out to you at all? Do you think she's crazy? Do you think like what she's saying, like, do you think there's like truth in the things she's saying, or do you think she's loopy? Because obviously we found out that she had killed Robert and the other members of her research team. So,
I think she's telling the truth, but because she obviously has been alone for a long time, she's gone a bit crazy. So some of it probably isn't exactly how it is, but I think she's telling the truth. I think the only thing I think of with carriers is like carriers of the curse, which is some random ass curse that maybe someone on our plane had, which is why everyone's ended up there.
Right, okay. And yeah, because I mean, she started talking about sickness as well, didn't she? Just before, she said that all the people who were with her had like the sickness as well, didn't she? And that that Sayid needed to keep an eye on his people in case any of them started to act strangely and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that's just her being a bit crazy.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there is an actual sickness, apart from
you think
the feeling of wanting to get off the island unless she's counting that as a sickness.
Right. Okay. How about you, Jez? Any thoughts on that? Well, obviously we don't know memories, but any thoughts if they're not you just going straight from things you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Every time I ask you, just like I don't remember.
I don't remember a lot of it. But I don't know. My thoughts on the episode in general is I wasn't actually that bothered about Sayid's backstory. I thought we didn't learn anything. It wasn't like Kate, Locke, or Sawyer where there was there was a lot to learn. I thought everything that we kind of saw we'd already knew about, if that makes sense. I know there was the Nadia thing, but we kind of knew it all anyway. I was just fascinated by Danielle, but I kept writing down questions for us to chat about at the end, and then Sayid kept asking her and getting the answers. So I thought, okay, I'm getting the answers now, so that's all right.
Yeah, there were some. There were.
I've written down who is Alex, what's her name, how did they get here. I was like writing all these questions down, and then Sayid was asking her the exact same questions. That worked out quite well.
He did get quite a few answers for Lost. Like a lot of questions did get answers, but I think, and you both touched on that there. That I think that it was interesting seeing Sayid's backstory, but it was probably one of the least compelling so far because, as you say, it didn't. He spoke about the fact that this Nadia was dead, and you think, oh, okay, what happened? I wonder what happened to her. And then you basically find out that he goes, oh, well, I think she might be dead. You know, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe she isn't dead then.
Yeah.
So I can see why you could go the route of it being one of the less compelling sides of things.
I don't know. I think it was really good. I think we kind of knew what was going to happen.
That's what I mean. It doesn't.
I liked it. I liked it. I just didn't. We just didn't. You got to think when
twists and turns
with the Lock, you had him about being paralysed, and Sawyer, it was the taking on the other persona, and it wasn't actually him, and Kate being a convicted felon and stuff. Didn't have any of that.
I guess part of it is though that not everyone can have.
No, that's true. That's true.
And it's because if everyone does, it's just kind of exhausting. Like Jesus Christ, everyone here is like out of an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, No, it's not a bad thing. I'll just say it just didn't give me that. The backstory.
It didn't give you that.
I wasn't.
Moment.
No.
So something that I thought was interesting, a couple of little things that I noted down were I like, one thing is obviously we got this kind of juxtaposition early on of Sayid torturing somebody and then Danielle torturing Sayid, so all of a sudden it was like the other side of the coin, which is interesting to see him in that position. But part of that comes with like he kind of has this idea, right, that I'm not saying that he wasn't like offering to fix her music box because he's a nice guy, because that's kind of what I want to touch on in a minute. But he knows in that position, right, at going from being torturer to torturee, what to say, how to maybe start to win people over. He's obviously dealt with these kind of like psychological mind games that you would get from this. And I don't think Danielle really wanted to torture him, but she was very wary of him being somebody else. She didn't believe that he'd come off this plane crash. But
can you just imagine being on your own for 16 years and thinking that there are others out there, and then...
Can you imagine how insane Tom would be if he was by himself for 16 years? He'd be walking around, we'd find him, he'd be in a grass skirt and a coconut bra. Like, that'd be Tom.
I'd have a great
wandering
time.
Around in the just wandering around in the
I think it'd just be like Hodor from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need it.
Just wandering around.
I'd have a good time, I think.
Just like saying 2 words to himself constantly.
You would have, you know what? You would have drawn faces on rocks using shit, and you would be calling them like Brian and Charlie, and they'd be your mates.
Probably.
You just have a load of rocks with little faces on.
Yeah, it'd be good though.
So the other thing that kind of tied into that I noted down is Sayid's quite a complicated character in that he is somebody who, he's tortured people. He's obviously kind of got probably some of the most demons out of everyone. Like, has done probably, let's assume up until now, the worst things out of everybody.
Yeah.
Sawyer has obviously taken things from people, and that's like a psychological kind of thing. But Sayid has legitimately tortured people. But at the same time, he also seems like kind of one of the most caring people on the island.
Yeah.
So quite a strange character in that regard, because he clearly does care a lot about people, but at the same time, you know, he can sort of switch that off and go into time to torture mode, which I guess makes him probably scarier. if you're able to be that kind of like attuned to people, but turn it off and go, right, okay, got to torture you now.
Well, he knows that as well. It's like how he was with Sawyer last episode, and that's why he went off on his own, isn't it? He knows how he can.
Yeah, he's very aware that like that isn't a good thing to do. Like, you know, it's not a good way to be.
No.
I quite like it.
I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to see if we can see a bit more Daniela and find out a little bit more about all of that.
What were you going to say? Sorry, Tom?
No, I quite like it. I think the island needs someone like that. Obviously, he only tortured people as a job. It's not like he did it for fun, by the looks of it. Anyway.
Yeah, true.
So,
but
it still takes a certain kind of person, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he was looking to be transferred into that area. You know, like, I'm not saying he gets off on it. I'm not saying he goes home and pulls the wings off birds. But it does take a certain kind of person to be able to torture people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Tom's like, oh, I don't know. I reckon I could give it a shot.
Yeah. I reckon I could.
So you weren't a big fan of the golf side story though, Tom?
I think it got its point across, which was, you know, kind of what I was saying.
But
you can't just always, you know, they need to lighten up a bit. I know they're stuck on an island, but you know,
just take it easy.
Yeah, like they need to have distractions to make days go quicker, and that's exactly what the whole golf course was there for.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about a couple of characters who weren't in the episode that much, but had some little moments. Your favourite characters, Tom, as you've said.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about Michael and Walt.
Yep.
What did you think about their stuff in this episode?
Well, you can see. I think that's, you know, part of the thing with Mike being a bad dad is that, you know, he kind of, when he knows he can have fun and like he's like, oh, I can do this and have a good time with the boys, he just goes and does that and plays golf and leaves Walt behind. And even when he was asked to take that shot, even after saying, oh, Walt, why don't you take a shot? Oh, no one will worry if you jump the queue. But then he didn't offer to let Walt take it. So clearly he's just like, when he's having fun with his mates, he's Walt's goes to the back of his mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's an interesting thing with him, right? Because he, like, as you say, like he had literally just been talking about, oh, we'll do stuff. Come on, we'll have some fun. You have a go. And then he's like, oh, sorry, I've got to go play some golf with the boys.
Really?
Do you think any of that ties into his like that characteristic side of him ties into like the distance between him and Walt? You know, like he's kind of obviously like slightly absentee dad side of things.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we still don't know why he was so absent, but he didn't see him for so long that obviously he just barely knows him, and he's like shouting at him earlier in the episode. Well, not really shouting, but being like, you know, you need to make your own fun, blah blah blah. But then, you know, he didn't want to have fun with him together. He just was like, no, you go have fun on your own, and I'll carry on doing what I'm doing.
And that kind of shows you why he's a little bit, I guess, so drawn to Locke. Because Locke listens to him, talks to him, kind of treats him a bit more. I mean, he's not an adult, but that's what kids want, right?
They do.
Yeah. Locke's his best pal. So you're right.
Yeah.
He does. Locke likes the fact that, you know, he's able to do all of these things. So, you know, he must revel in the fact that Walt almost sees him like a superhero in a sense. So, you know, he's gone from not being able to walk to being like idolized by this kid who was like, wow, he can hunt, he can throw knives, like he's a badass.
He can make a pretty cool dog whistle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, going back to the very beginning.
Yeah.
Also, another little thing that we got a little note of there, just interesting to know that obviously we knew that Michael worked in construction, but we found out that he was an artist beforehand.
Yes, and he did a nice drawing, didn't he, of the creating
like
a shower system to separate the shower water from the drinking water and have the waste, if you know. That's a good idea.
Was he actually an artist? I thought he just said in a previous line. Or did he mean that in like a joke?
I think that's what he was referring to.
I
just thought he meant he's just someone that's
enjoyed
good at
doing a bit of
drawing,
art.
but doesn't necessarily mean he's
Oh, I don't know. I took it as, and I actually can't remember this. I took it as him saying that at some point he'd been, like he'd been into art, right? Like he'd been.
Yeah, that's what I took it as. Yeah,
interested in art. So, which actually also, when you think a little bit about going back a few episodes, there was that bit where Walt was looking at the comics. So it kind of gives you a bit of a thing for, maybe that's why he was a bit more interested in the comics when they were looking at them, because if he was interested in art, right, he was maybe interested in that kind of that side of things, because the comics were also, if you remember, I think they were in Spanish.
Yeah, they weren't English.
So, and he said, and Walt said, I just like looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
So obviously for Michael, that's a little bit of maybe we've got a little bit of a connection in that regard. Any other particularly stand out things there that you're coming away wondering what they are, what they might be? Any questions for the future?
Not from me. Not anything else that we haven't touched on already. It's more about the Danielle, really.
How about you, Tom?
And her theories.
Yeah, I think I want to see what happens if Danielle meets the entire crew and is like, who's going to work out what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah.
I want to know who the carriers are, or the others, which is probably the whispering we heard at the end with Sayid.
You think they're all kind of interrelated?
Yeah, I think they're probably the same thing. I want to know what that animal was that they heard whilst they were down there. She said it could be one of those bears, blah blah blah. But we've seen a polar bear, so it could be anything. And also, I look forward to Sayid working out potentially where we are, because she said her ship was like 3 days out from Tahiti, and then they crashed in a storm that night time. So I think he's going to start to work out where they are.
Yeah. And he might have got some useful notes as well. All those papers that he took. There could be
we don't know what he's taken, do we?
Yes, I think we'll work it out by the end of the series, maybe.
You think Sayid is on this? He's a clever guy, right? He's got to be one of the cleverest people on the island, hasn't he? Like, I think you've got to put him up there with, I don't know, you've got to put him up there with Jack on the sort of intelligence level, I guess.
I mean,
well, they're all clever in their different ways, because
you'd
look at people like Sawyer, and I'd say there's a cleverness about him, isn't there? It's I suppose it depends on how you rate it.
Yeah, he's got that kind of. Sawyer's got that kind of street smarts. And actually, something we should mention, very small bit about Sawyer, is that he actually tried to kind of get involved.
He did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After Kate tried to speak some sense into him, he came and started gambling like sunscreen and the like. When it came to Jack taking the shot. Right, I've got two last questions for you. These are very important questions.
Okay.
One. Go on.
Well, I was just going to say, last thing about Sayid is...
Yeah.
He's the only one actively trying to get them off of the island, really. Everyone else is like... everyone else wants to get off, but they're not really trying enough. And he built the radios and all that jazz. So.
Triangulated the system before... Yeah, they're doing things like making bonfires and stuff, but he's the one who's actively like trying different things. Right, are you ready for my last two questions? I want both of you to answer them. One... Nadia, alive or dead?
Alive.
Well,
and this isn't going by memory. I'm just predicting alive.
I want not that I want her dead. I think she should.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I think she should be dead, but the show does crazy stuff, so I think she'll be alive somehow.
Okay, so we got both of you alive, right?
I think it's too much of a character. She had too much on screen time for them just to think if they were going to kill her, they would have killed her.
Yeah.
And I think you'd have seen it happen. I think they've left it open for a reason.
I mean, that's what they tend to say, right, in things. If you don't see a character die on screen, they're not dead.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the most important question for the whole episode. Did Jack make the shot?
No.
Nah, it was a rubbish green. It was bobbly with long grass. If he's made it, he's a miracle maker.
Do you think Charlie won?
I hope so.
I like to think Charlie won.
Jack comes across as like being the best at everything, doesn't he? So I'd like to. Yeah. Charlie needs a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to think Charlie took it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys got anything else to say about this episode? Are we all
Nope.
good to wrap up?
Yeah, wrap up. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, you good, Tom?
Yeah, I think the next one's definitely going to have to tell us about Hurley or Michael Walt. So hopefully it's Michael
Well,
Walt.
what's the next episode called? Let's have a quick look. The next episode is called Raised by Another. So, there we go. That will be Lost. Season 1, Episode 10, Raised by Another.
Oh,
I hope you've
and the next one, we hopefully will be together.
Oh, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we'll be back in the same place. Hopefully, maybe.
And hopefully get back to a regular schedule.
Yes. Hopefully we're back in the same place. Maybe one more before we are. I don't know. We'll have to check.
Possibly,
the schedule.
yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave us a comment below. Anything that stood out to you in this episode. Remember, please, no spoilers. Tom's never seen the show. Jez doesn't remember the show. I do, but let's not spoil it for these guys. But if there's anything that we've spoken about here that you want to throw your 2 cents in, or just any little fun bits in that episode that you got from that episode, not from knowing things in the future, if you know what I mean, chuck them in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, you can head over to allmaverick.com where you can check out our videos, our blogs, our podcasts. You can also go to twitch.tv/allmavericklive. On Tuesdays, Thursday nights, 9 PM British time, we are playing some of our favourite games. We're playing Sea of Thieves tonight before doing this video. We've been playing loads of other stuff, so come along, tune in, have some fun with us there. You can also look in the description below for a link to our Discord server. Jump on there, talk with us, talk with other fans, other people about movies, TV shows, video games, all that kind of stuff. We're pretty open. We love to chat with everybody about all different kinds of things. Right.
Well done.
Okay, guys. We good? We done?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Did the weird wave again. Bye.
You and that weird wave.